Now we're going to talk about how to form the accusative case in Turkish. The accusative case is a set of endings which you add to the definite or specific direct object of a Turkish verb. Let's look at the sentence, Ahmet bought a stamp. Ahmet pul aldı. In this sentence, pul, stamp, is the direct object of the verb, aldı. What did Ahmet buy? Ahmet bought a stamp. But although pul is a direct object, it's general, it's non-specific, a stamp, any stamp. But what if we want to say that Ahmet bought not a stamp, but Ahmet bought the stamp? The stamp which costs $1 million, the stamp he's been wanting for his collection, the stamp he forgot to buy yesterday. In that case, pul becomes specific, definite. Our direct object is now specific and definite, so we'll need to add the appropriate form of the accusative case ending. The accusative case ending follows the rules of four-way vowel harmony. So let's take a look. Ahmet pulu. Ahmet pulu aldı. Ahmet bought the stamp. Let's look at what happens when we want to add the accusative case ending to a word which ends in a vowel. So this time, instead of having bought a stamp, Ahmet bought a present, a non-specific present. Ahmet hediye, present, aldı. Notice that hediye ends in a vowel. Well, let's say we want to make this a specific, definite direct object. Ahmet didn't buy a present, he bought the present. The present he's been meaning to buy for months. The present we were talking about 5 minutes ago. So, Ahmet hediye, accusative case ending, four-way vowel harmony, hediye aldı, u. But Turkish does not like to see those two vowels next to each other, so we'll need a buffer consonant. In this case, ye. So Ahmet hediyeyi aldı. Ahmet bought the present. We can also add the accusative ending after the plural suffix. So if we want to say Ahmet bought the presents, the present for Layla and the present for Noor and so on, Ahmet hediyeler, plural suffix, and we can simply add the appropriate form of the accusative case ending directly to our plural suffix. So Ahmet hediyeleri aldı. Ahmet bought the presents. Now, there are certain cases where, there are certain situations where it is required that you use the accusative case ending for your direct object. Let's take a look at what some of those situations are. Remember, how do we decide what kind of direct object does and doesn't need an accusative case ending? We look at whether or not it's specific and definite. Of course, any proper noun must be specific and definite. It's the name of a place or the name of a person. So, for example, if you want to say, let's look at the proper noun Istanbul. Let's say, I saw Istanbul. Istanbul, our proper noun, accusative case ending, u. I saw, gördüm. İstanbul'u gördüm. But because Istanbul is a proper noun, we have to remember to insert a little apostrophe between the proper noun and the accusative case ending. Another example where the accusative case ending is required for the direct object. Any direct object which, any direct object which has a possessive suffix attached to it must be definite and specific. So, let's look at another example. If we want to say, I saw a cat, we would simply say kedi gördüm. But if I want to say I saw my cat, well, we know we'll need to add the appropriate possessive suffix, so kedim, my cat, and then we simply add the accusative case ending to the possessive suffix, so kedimi gördüm. And remember, after possessive suffixes, if your direct object has a possessive suffix, then the accusative case ending will be required. We also need to use the accusative case ending for direct objects which are modified by demonstrative pronouns. What's a demonstrative pronoun? In Turkish, bu, this, şu, this or that, and o, that, are all demonstrative pronouns. So if I want to say I saw this cat, bu kedi, bu kediyi, notice that buffer ye, bu kediyi gördüm. I saw this specific definite cat. So we use the accusative case. We also need to use the accusative case ending when our direct object is modified by her, every, bütün, all, or bazı, some. So if I want to say I saw all the cats, that phrase, all the cats, will need an accusative case ending. That direct object will need an accusative case ending. Let's take a look. Bütün kedileri gördüm. I saw all the cats, with an accusative case ending. One final note about when to use the accusative case. We've seen that where our direct object is definite or specific, we need to use the accusative case. So of course, we need to use it when our direct object is one of the pronouns. For example, if I want to say I saw you, singular, informal, sen, seni gördüm. I saw you.